I'm told by Rahm Emanuel that Rahm Emanuel cares a lot about the African-American community in Chicago and the excessive use of force by the Chicago Police Department against them. That's what he tells me. Now, I've got a different story to tell you in a second. But first, let's remember just a little while ago, Rahm Emanuel gave this teary speech about how much he cares about what's happening to the community by the Chicago Police Department.
One young man asked me a simple question that gets to the core of what we're talking about. He said, "Do you think the police would ever treat you the way they treat me?" And the answer is no. And that is wrong. And that has to change in this city. That has to come to an end now. No citizen is a second-class citizen in the city of Chicago.
I was a little skeptical at the time, which is about a week ago when he gave that speech, because that just occurred to you that perhaps some in Chicago might be treated differently than the mayor. That was like a teary-eyed revelation for you, that young black kids are roughed up by the Chicago Police Department in a way that the mayor might not be. Okay. Well, now we find out, nice investigation by the Associated Press that started all this, that thousands of emails were released yesterday, that was actually a couple of days ago, after multiple requests from the press about communications between the Chicago police and Mayor Rahm Emanuel's office over the death of Laquan McDonald. Oh, so you've been talking about this for over a year and thinking about how you're going to coordinate the cover-up. Why weren't you broken up about how the Chicago PD treats black people a year ago when you saw the video? No, he says, yeah, I didn't see the video. Okay, the video of Laquan McDonald getting shot 16 times, 14 times on the ground when he was clearly not a threat, right? You didn't know about it? It seems like you've got thousands of emails from your office indicating that you knew a lot about it. So why weren't you teary-eyed a year ago? Oh, but that's because your ass wasn't on the line. Because now your political career is in a lot of trouble, and that's why all of a sudden, oh my God, it turns out they treat African Americans differently in Chicago. I didn't know that. Okay, so he says he's doing all he can. He recently pledged police reforms. He says use tasers first, okay, and even fire the chief of police. He didn't fire the chief of police when he found out what they'd done to Laquan McDonald. He fired him after you found out what they had done to Laquan McDonald. Okay. Now, it turns out in the emails, what's the thing that they were most obsessed about? Press coverage. Now, listen to the beginning of the sentence. And in May, all the way back in May, when a spokesman for the review board asked Emanuel about doing interviews, since there was some media interest in the case, and Emanuel's spokesman said they needed to, quote, tread lightly if the focus is on the specifics of the case. Now, that's not a particularly egregious email. I think I have one in a second for you guys. But it gives you a sense of what they were talking about. They knew exactly what this case was about. And they're like, tread lightly. This is a disaster. Now, we haven't done any police reforms. We haven't taken any action to correct it because what they're most worried about is a PR disaster for Rahm Emanuel's office. You really believe that he has the community's best interests at heart? If I saw that report, I hope if you saw that report and you saw people getting shot 16 times while they're walking away from the cops, getting murdered in the street like that, 14 bullets after he's already down, that I'd have been pissed. I'd have gone to the police department and said, what the hell is the matter with you guys? How are you doing your training? Because is this guy a bad apple? If he is, let's prosecute him today. You better show me that he's the only bad apple. Good luck with that. Good luck. He already knows Chicago Police Department has a black site where they make some detainees disappear for a while. That's insane. That's insane. Like, it's not like Rahm Emanuel doesn't know that. He didn't know any of these problems. And yes, I would have asked for better police training if he wasn't a bad apple all the way back then, not after my ass is in trouble. But get a load of this other email from Rahm Emanuel. He said, as you might imagine, the timing and details discussed in the Sun-Times article and growing interest in the McDonald incident has not worked in our favor and is helping to, quote, stir the pot. Oh, I see. Is that what the African-American community is doing? They're stirring the pot? Seems like you're blaming them. Like, oh, these guys, they always want something, right? There they go again, stirring the pot. When we had this thing figured out, man, Rahm Emanuel had no interest in reforming the police at all until you started stirring the pot about murdered kids. Oh, he's a 17-year-old walking away from the cops, gets shot and killed. Now there are finally charges after you found out. Why did you find out? We had it all guarded for a year. We didn't do anything about it. That guy was still in the police force or was not indicted. That guy was perfectly fine. Everybody was fine. Everybody's political careers were fantastic until you stirred the pot with your, oh, boo-hoo, I guess you guys are getting killed by the cops out here and your kids are getting killed by the cops out here. And really, Rahm, we're supposed to believe your crocodile tears about how you just found out about this problem and it enraged you? Yeah, you'll excuse us if we don't believe you. Young Turks.